is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome to the preview. Sorry it's been a bit late. Didn't really anticipate it taking this long. I just closed down this advert. Didn't anticipate it taking this long, but nevertheless, we are here. Let's just quickly get through this because I've got a lot to do, and sorry there'll be no graphics on the side, but I'll be talking about a few things today, probably changing it up, a different sort of style. But of course you know now, Mourinho is gone. He's sacked. I'm recording this 10 to 4, so news has been around for about an hour. Want to do a video on it, but then I thought I'll let people that desperately want and need the views for them to do that, and then I'll probably do a piece on it a few days later when I'm in America, if I get a spare bit of time, just talking about my opinions on it. Which, to be honest, I think maybe it was the wrong decision, but I'll leave it there. But we're looking at the fixtures. You're seeing Chelsea, who have probably gone on to score like 8 goals now against Sunderland, who are improving but are no way out of the situation they're in yet. And you've got Everton, Leicester, United, Norwich, Saints, Spurs, Stoke, Palace, Bromwich, Albion, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Villa, Watford, Liverpool, Swansea, West Ham, Arsenal, City. Whew. But as you can see, there's a few big games there, notably the last one, Arsenal versus Man City. That game is absolutely huge, and one thing I want to focus on is Manchester City players are hotly contested. You're looking at Joe Hart being one of the most selected. In fact, we'll look at the team selected by percentage. You look at the fact you've got Hart, and then you've got Kolarov up there as the most, which is he's undoubtedly their best point scoring defender so far. You've got Sanya somehow above Company when people transferring him out. I'm keeping him here because I'm not going to afford. I've got a full team. Basically, without Company, I've got one person less, so I'm not as if I'm missing out on anything. I am tempted to get rid of Tadic though, because he is burning up a lot of money. 7 million, I can put that down in someone less expensive. Also, you got De Bruyne, you got Toure, you got Sterling, you got Silva coming back now as well, and of course Aguero may be making an appearance in this game. But for me, it'll be a tough game. Arsenal have been very strong so far this season, and considering they've never really had a full strength team, if they do somehow get their full strength team out and don't get any more injuries for the rest of the season, they'll be favourites for the league for me and favourites to win it. I can't look past Arsenal if they have a fully fit team. City just cannot seem to perform without Vincent Kompany. With Vincent Kompany, they're a force to be reckoned with. Like I say, you look at the amount of games that Kompany has conceded when he's played, and then without Kompany, well, I'll give you a clue, they've only conceded 1 with Kompany, and that was a Joe Hart mistake. But like that. But I'll give you a few players I'll be looking at. First of all is Man United defenders. Now, this is a tough one to make, but definitely Man United defenders. Hence the reason that I did have Smalling in there. Smalling's now out of my team because I brought him in when he was injured, and Phil Jones has come in because I feel like if he's fully fit, you can't play Varela, McNair, Borthwick, Jackson, and Daley Blind in there as centre backs when you got a fully fit Phil Jones. He's a great player, and I feel like he will sort of lead the defence. You got Jones and you got Blind, and you can have Varela one side or Jones at the side, then McNair in the centre. Possibilities are endless. But I've got him in there because I feel like they're going to get a clean sheet. Norwich have been pretty poor. I mean, you'll go on to Norwich and look at their players now. You're looking at the way they have performed so far. You look at the goals they're scoring. They got 1 against City, which is lucky. They're 1 against struggling Swansea, didn't score against Chelsea. Got 1 against Arsenal, none against Watford, 1 against Everton. And I feel like this will be another board draw. They've bored teams out of the game so far this season, Man United. Although Bournemouth did do well, the fact that they are home is a huge advantage to them. But I think Man United defenders definitely one to consider. Also, Jack Butland. Get him in your teams. He cannot stop scoring points. We're going to just look at goalkeepers. Team selected by, he's second. You look at the fact the Czechs got almost double. You look at the total score, it's parallel to none. If I had the money or the points to spare, I would not hesitate to bring Jack Butland into my team. In fact, after this, I'm going to look at the head-to-head leagues and see whether I can afford to take -8 points to get Tadic out, to get McCarthy out, and to get some decent players in instead of them. But that is that with that. Also, maybe looking at maybe a Chelsea defender. Without Mourinho, maybe they'll be a bit stronger. Maybe they'll change the style of play. We don't know who is in charge of the team for the weekend game yet. And I feel like a Chelsea defender could be a decent choice. I met the one time I put John Terry in there is when they got a clean sheet. I believe that was against Norwich. Same situation with Sunderland. They're not really looking like they're going to trouble. And if they do trouble, maybe it's time to get a striker, but who's going to play, who's going to score? Sunderland is just a whirlwind, but I feel like Chelsea defenders definitely will be good. Another thing to mention, Newcastle versus Villa. Oh lordy, is that huge game for both teams. You know, you're looking at Newcastle there, sitting, 2 points above relegation zone. Aston Villa, well, over double the points of what they've got. It's not good. It's not good. But I feel like this is definitely one to bring in some players from them. I think Newcastle, maybe Iosi Perez, maybe Georgie Wijnaldum, maybe Alexander Mitrovic, all players like that. Villa-wise, again, I'm not too clued up on Villa, to be honest. I'm looking at total score, you should maybe Rudiger Stead. You've got Jordan Ayew, you've got Bonlahor, all playing decent football. You've got Grealish coming back into the team. You've got all sorts of midfielders playing. So it might be worth taking a risk of them, but who knows? I would stray away from Villa at the moment until they've after January, because I'm assuming they'll get rid of a few players. They'll bring in a few players. You're looking at some players that haven't even started playing yet. You're looking at Libor Kojak on 0 points. You've got Nzogbia on 2, Traore on 9. You've got Richardson on 7, Okore on 3, Crespo, Laurie hasn't played, Kinsella hasn't played. There's names there that could be playing in the Premier League, maybe at a slightly lower level. But they need to flog them by 1 or 2 players that can lead, is where their problem is. I'm looking at Spurs defenders. Southampton have been poor recently. I have got Tachin Issel to make it a bit easy. They've been very poor. You're looking at not scoring very many goals recently. Look at the last 4 games, scoring 2 goals. And I feel like that'll be exactly the same going into this game. I feel like Spurs are shored up in the defence, although they lost against Newcastle for the first home loss of the season for them. I feel like there's a good chance they get a clean sheet. Toby Alderweireld is going to be huge. If I was you, I'd get him in now. He's definitely worth a pick. Moving on from that, though, you can look further down, and I'm picking out Watford versus Liverpool as a critical game for both sides. Watford, you look at the table. I think it's currently off the screen. I've just realised I've recorded this wrong, but I can't bother to go and record it again. But Watford's looking at this, and I feel like they've got a good chance. They're right into the mix now. A good result against Liverpool, you're looking at it, and I think they could go places. You look at Liverpool, they are lower than Watford. You look at the points tally being just 1 difference, and I feel like definitely a time to bring in Dini and Icalo if you haven't already, or someone like Coutinho. Of course, we can look at Liverpool, and will you be surprised to know? Yeah, Daniel Sturridge is injured again. So don't bring in Sturridge, but Benteke might be good. You're looking at Coutinho. Henderson's back in the team, had a good first game back. Maybe you're looking at Jordan Ebe. I don't know, Firmino, Milner. There's all sorts of names there that you can pick. All definitely ones that you should consider, because you look at the facts that Watford are pretty good. They're going to need some special talent to beat them. And Watford have been good themselves against the big teams. They're unlucky against teams like Manchester United when they lost 2-1. And you put that into effect, and Liverpool haven't been good recently. If we look at Joe Allen, you look at that 2-2 draw. Then you're looking at the fact they lost against Newcastle, lost against Palace. They scraped a victory against Swansea. They somehow managed to, in the middle of that, get 4-1 on the scorecard against Manchester City. I feel like it's definitely time to bring in some of them. I'd recommend Coutinho, I'd recommend Milner, definitely recommend Henderson, recommend Benteke as them 4. And generally, that's all the players that I'm picking out to be world-class players. I think West Brom defenders could be a good shout. Get one of them in your team. I do have one in Johnny Evans. I feel like one time he'll come good. Hasn't come good in a long time, admittedly, but I feel like now will be the time for him to step up, start getting some clean sheets. He has been pretty alright, but Pulis have not managed them well, haven't got that many clean sheets. But besides that, you're looking at possible Everton, Lukaku, definitely, Leicester, Riyad Mahrez and Jamie Vardy. They showed no letting up. You thought, against Chelsea, maybe not. Both of them bangs in goals. They are hugely important and hugely vital to Leicester. Especially if Mahrez ruling out a January move, they do get Vardy to say the same, and they stay fit. Who knows what the possibilities are? But thank you guys for watching nonetheless. Sorry it's been such a low quality video. I'm sorry I've recorded it a bit wrong. But like I say, time is against me. I'm going to whack this out as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching nonetheless. If you like this video, then leave a like. Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.